Asura's wrath is, in one word, rage. So it basically, that's right, basically, you like how I started off with that, right? Starts off with Asura and the other 7 gods trying to defeat the evil sons of bitches called the Goma. And once they are victorious, in the sense that they drive them back, not completely eradicate them, Asura gets betrayed by those bastards. They not only betray him, they set him up to look like a traitor, and then they kill his wife. And then they electrify his ass, and then throw him away like a piece of garbage. Honestly, not the best idea. Seeing as Asura is now a super fucking pissed off god, and as soon as he begins to regain his memories, I gotta say, watching Asura get angrier and angrier is entertaining and a bit scary. He is so fucking pissed, and for good reason. After all the shit they do to this poor dude, well, God, they also kidnap his daughter and use her for something called the rebirth. You don't fuck with a father. You don't. And Asura is a pissed off papa. The voice acting is well done. Over the top, of course, but badass nonetheless. The dialogue really is hit and miss. Sometimes I question why they state some of the stupidest and dumbest things I've ever heard, but they try to be badass, and it's really not. Again, it could just be a loss in translation, or some weird Japanese way of saying things, I'll kick your ass, even though it doesn't make sense. Overall, though, it's very entertaining to watch, and it really makes you feel like a badass, and making you feel like you're really kicking these asshole gods in the ass. My only major fault of the series is that skips like events, and I'm just not understanding sometimes what's happening, and it kind of makes you think that the game wants you to rely on prior knowledge, but there really is no prior knowledge. This isn't an anime despite its look, so sometimes it feels like there should be an explanation when there is none. These two problems are there, but honestly it's still entertaining, and it's like you're watching an anime. It's pretty kick-ass. Possibly the strongest part of the game is the graphics. Do you like anime? Then you'll love these graphics. I personally think they're some of the sweetest looking graphics on the generation. The smoothness of the animation, the way it flows in the cutscenes, and even in the way you just fight regular enemies, all looks sweet, baby. The crazy designs and power-ups look beyond cool, and you gotta love the mass amount of shit that's happening on screen without any slowdowns or problems. I gotta say, my only negative would probably be the enemy design is so-so, but fuck it. The graphics are so stunning, who really gives a shit? Up to this point, I bet you're thinking, wow, Asura sounds like a must-own. It sounds like this game is a monster. Well, up until this point, this game really is a pretty amazing adventure. But this is where it hits the wall. First off, the gameplay is broken up into 3 parts. Shooting, fighting, and quick time events. You'll switch quite often between these gameplay types, on top of watching a lot of cool cutscenes. My biggest negative is that the shooting parts are shit. They aren't really fun to do. They look pretty cool sometimes, but honestly, they drag out and it makes it seem like it's boring. Rapid fire with the X button, then hold Y to release shooting homing attacks. That's it. Really requires no skill, and to be honest, it's very, very dull. I can't see many people actually liking this portion of the game. Lucky there aren't overflowing portions of this part, but you'll probably go to these parts and be like, damn, I just do not like them. The next part is the actual fighting. You'll mostly do that by just hitting the B button over and over again and just hitting the shit out of baddies. Click the X button to shoot and power up, and you have the super mode, which basically gives you the option to click the Y move over and over again. Y is basically a quick way to boost up your burst meter. Burst bar is how you get to the next part of the gameplay, which is the quick time events. So your main objective in the gameplay fighting portion of the game is to beat up the baddies till you fill up your burst meter. Then hit RT and you will activate a quick time event. The quick time events are usually set up easy enough to pull off, and they look amazing. If you ever pulled off any in God of War or Naruto Ultimate Ninja 2, you'd know what I mean. The animations are slick, brutal, and holy shit amazing. While a lot will discard quick time events as just an annoying feature in video games, I love them because the scenes look awesome and I'm a part of them. Honestly, when I was just sitting there looking at the cutscenes, I was a little bored, and once the action started, I got to click A and click B rapidly. I was loving it. So if you hate quick time events, stay far away from this title. But if you enjoy them like I do, get ready for some of the most epic shit you've ever seen. Puts Dragon Ball Z to shame. That really sums up the entire gameplay section. 3 parts all combined into one sexy little package. Now, did I enjoy it? Was the 2 weak parts of the gameplay really going to hurt the overall enjoyment? Well, let's go to the enjoyment section. I gotta say, in all honesty, I did have a pretty damn good time with Asura. I enjoyed my time with Asura. It starts off with a bang, slows down a bit, but once it hits chapter 11, you're on the ride of your life. It won't let go, and there's tons of awesome shit that is happening all at once. I really did enjoy the quick time parts, though to be honest, they take up like 65% of the game. I just made up that statistic. Did you know that 85% of statistics are made up on the spot? I just made one up. Anyway, they're the best part of the game. The actual fighting, while decent, gets pretty repetitive and feels like it's just a way to get to the quick time events. As for the shooting parts, it's just annoying, and none of them are really fun. The game is only about 7 hours long, but it was fun and unique adventure for sure. It felt like I was finally playing in an anime. A really over-the-top, crazy anime, but an anime nonetheless. Fist flying, heads rolling, shit blowing up, planets explosion. Yeah, it was some awesome fucking shit, I'm not gonna lie. Had a smile on my face most of the way through the entire game, and those are some sweet-ass cutscenes. However, do I recommend it at full price? Honestly, no. It's a good title. It's a unique one, but its gameplay is missing the flair that it should have in combat. With a combat-heavy battle system like Bayonetta or Ninja Gaiden mixed with the awesome cutscenes in this game, this would have been a great, or scratch that, amazing game. As it stands though, it's just a good game. Shit, it's a great anime, a pretty good anime, but decent gameplay, making it a good package together. So check out Asura's Wrath, rent it or pick it up when it's cheap. It's a high and amazingly adrenaline rush adventure. Just don't expect it to last you very long with tons of like combat or content in general. I scored a 7.5 and hope to see more, but with better gameplay sections in the next title.